Yo, we're back. Last week we weren't here, but we're back again. We're back. We're back again, and we're going to be doing a quite a serious topic. And the topic is something that I think that no one's ever really kind of been able to nail. But you know what to do. Leave your comments and everything below and all that stuff. And even if it's on Spotify, just hit them on the what do you call it, Instagram and that. But we're talking about copywriting. Now, one of the biggest things with copywriting that I find is very hard to nail down is how do you copyright choreography? But before I get into that, let's get straight in and bring in the people in today. So first up, we got the one and only D Mac.
Come on, G. Right now, I'm just eating Nando's. Come on. No,
Nando's.
I haven't
Rehearsing
had dinner
hard.
yet.
I can hear you rehearsing hard.
Yeah,
My guy's touring, making it big in the game, yeah?
yeah, man, come on. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes, man.
All right, cool. And then pushing on, we've got the one and the only superstar. I've got to stop saying superstar and all that because he's still a regular guy to us, but going
Hello?
viral and all that. Manzino.
Famous. Come
Good.
on.
What's good?
Woo!
Famous and that.
Oh, well,
Manzino.
what's my hair though?
Guys
You
like
know what? The
that.
hair don't look that bad, bro. Do you know what I find online? Hair doesn't look as bad as it's in life is where the hair looks
Still.
bad.
Big man, too.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It could be worse.
Thank
But
you. I take that as a compliment.
Word home.
All right, cool. So before we do that, the news of the week. Now, normally I get bare stuff on news of the week, but this week I want to bring this up. And now it's not that this is more important because the topic on this, because we didn't get to talk about it last week because obviously everything happened. I wasn't here. So let's go straight into news of the week. All right, cool. So, guys, this news of the week. The reason why I think this was boss move, and I thought I should bring this up because no one talked about this. Yeah, it was about the FBI. Now, the FBI made a decision, and they said that if in any case our George Floyd murderer Derek got away, they were gonna come in and get him anyway. He was not getting away with this. They were like, "Yo." They had backup plans to arrest him anyway. Like, yeah, if you get away with this, don't worry, we're coming for you. We're coming
I'm
for you.
finished.
Like,
I'm finished.
Derek, now it makes sense why Derek was smirking because he's thinking, this is pointless. I'm going. I'm
He knew
going.
he was going down already.
Yeah,
He
I'm
was going down for
down
the
no
end,
matter
bro.
what.
He
Derek
was
must
going
have thought,
down.
yeah, it's a done deal. I'm done. I'm not surviving this. And I thought this was very like healthy news of the week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something positive for a change as well.
Well, it's positive because for me, it's mad looking at it. I mean, I'll read. I think you can read it for yourselves. Everyone can see it for yourselves.
Mm.
It's mad for me because it's kind of like to say he was like, "Yo," like everyone on high levels was saying they're not allowing this. No matter what, this guy's not getting away with it. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I think that is as well because I think the backlash. Everyone remembers the LA riots. I think this would have been United States riots. I don't think there would have been little. But yeah, go on. What do you think?
No, I'm glad like people actually coming to their senses. Like normally these big authorizations and stuff like that, they wouldn't really. I feel like they wouldn't really do something like this. So the fact that they are starting to step up and start of like understand where we're coming from, I feel like it's a good step. It's been a while. Should have happened a long time ago, but I feel like we're going in the right direction with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with Mons though. Like, just literally repeat what you said. Like, justice has been served, innit? Like, obviously we can't bring back George Floyd, but arresting his murderer is definitely the best, like the next best thing in it. So I'm glad that happened, and the FBI was prepared to take matters into their own hands. Like, if nobody else did. So that's good. It's good news to hear still.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's dope news. I think it's what you want to hear, don't you? You want to hear these.
Yeah.
Bro, you're kind of low as well. Your mic.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. You want to hear this. These are the things you want to hear. You want to hear Like there was gonna be, like they weren't gonna just let this go. Do you know what I mean? And I think, I don't think everyone's got to understand. I don't think it's gonna cause change, but it's nice to know that they think, yo, FBI has normally been very well known of being very in on doing bad things to the black community, or arresting people needlessly. Jumping in on this for me was a big move. Do you know what I mean? To be ready to do that. But I'm gonna move on to bad news. I mean, there's many bad newses, but I'm gonna move on to bad news, and this is young boy that was killed in Canning Town. So the young boy that was killed over an e-scooter. Turns out it wasn't even his. I don't want to go too deep in it because the point of this is all about the fact that it's another stabbing, it's another killing. I don't know how you feel. I'm now beginning to feel like it was always regular, but now it's getting too comfortable.
Yeah, I can't lie, 100%. This is it's you hear literally these kind of like things like every day now. I'll be real. Like easily one time out of the week you hear something's happening, you know what I mean? It's so normalized, it's scary, to be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like at first it used to be a thing of nighttime. Stuff like this happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Daylight now is becoming a banging thing in broad daylight. I think
that's the worst, but it was an afternoon, wasn't it?
It was in broad daylight.
I think. And stuff like that. And I'm thinking, you're not safe. Like normally you'd have in your head, okay, it's getting dark outside. Let me try and like
be aware.
More differently, be aware, be more cautious. But now it's like you have to be cautious 24/7 throughout the whole 24 hours, and it's scary. And it's like it's disappointing for him. It's the youngsters as well. I could talk for ages on this, but
yeah, so true.
I think for me what's scary, I was talking to Marcus because he's gone through a similar thing in his family recently. And what scared me a bit more about these murders, I'm like, he had someone in his family very close to him get murdered in, I think it was about September, October. And I heard the age of the people that was apparently who they burnt him, mutilated him, and threw him in somewhere in South. I forgot the place it was, and it scared me more because the people involved who did it. Apparently, the mother was involved.
What?
It was two 35-year-old men, and it just shows me how dangerous this country is becoming in terms of the way people are thinking and how people are feeling to just do this ish. But I don't know. I feel like the UK is, like I said, I'm not saying it's not getting worse because it's already worse. I'm not saying it hasn't already been this bad. What I am saying though, it's feeling a little bit too brazy, too comfortable. Yeah,
everyone's getting comfortable with this. I actually don't understand.
Desensitized is the word I probably would say.
110%.
People are desensitized. They're not worried about, like, I would, if you could be my worst. I said this. I was saying to Marcus, I was like, for someone to do that, you must have done something bad. Like the only way that would get me to that point is you did something to a family member of mine. Like, I don't know, on the level of rape, or you killed someone I knew. Like that's the only, like someone I love, or my own daughter. Like that's the only thing that could get me to a point where I could do something. And even then, I would be thinking to myself, God's watching me. You know what I mean? Like ish like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the news of the week on that subject. But let's get straight to the other subject that I wanted to talk about, the copyright subject. Can you copyright dance? Gandhi.
Can you copyright dance? This is like, it's a funny question. In my opinion, you can never copyright someone's dance. You can attempt, but no one can ever have your style. They can try and, I guess it's copying, innit? Okay, you can, but obviously you'll never get it perfect, innit? But I think people just need to try and have their own originality, because like nowadays I'm seeing a lot of like IMD copies. You know, we'll go to competitions and you will see like similar soundtracks Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep it real. Like it's true. Like I know you've seen it. To be honest, though, I think it's kind of an honor from you lot's perspective. Like when you see that, it's kind of like, right, people want to be like us. But to go back on the subject, basically to answer the question, yeah, I think. I'm on the fence. I don't even know. Like, can you copyright dance? I don't know. It just seems kind of mad. I actually don't know. You have to come back to me for a final answer. But...
Cool. Monzina.
See, like, there's two things, because on a business perspective, like the music scene, the acting scene, that's another way of monetization through copywriting, through making sure that they are licensing their stuff. So like it's theirs. No one can tell them nothing. Like they have all 100% control over what happens to their craft. So it's like you can, but it's going to be extremely hard. It's going to be extremely hard to copyright dance, because if I went and turned around and said, I don't know, a move was mine, another brother from 30 years ago can say, no, I done that. That's mine. Like I feel like with dance, it's going to be a niche line between finding out what's yours and what you can copyright. I feel like it's going to cause a lot of like arguments if people take it too far. But in terms of like probably like we've had a conversation about this before, probably like sets, choreography, but in terms of like a singular dance move, unless you've genuinely created it, like you see them trends like the Nene and the whip and all of that stuff. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think you can. But it's
Cool.
it's a good idea. It's a good shout.
In my opinion, a lot of people, I don't know. I think we're all. I don't know if you can really copyright dance. In my opinion, I think you could look at it and you could say, but you could turn around and say, yeah, it's a. I don't know. I don't think. I argued this the other day. I said I don't think you can copyright dance. I argued this the other day in the group, and I said I don't think you can copyright dance. It's no point. It's a pointless thing unless you actually physically are willing to. This is the big thing. I saw this come up originally on an Instagram post. People are arguing about dancers and saying, yeah, we should. And I do understand why, because everything else gets copyright stricken. If you play music, it gets copyright stricken, but that's easy because music has a certain rhythmic sound that if you can like find music with Shazam, obviously it's going to find the music also within the other programs like YouTube, Instagram, and so on. But I have to argue this next point that you can. I've done it with films. I've put footage of films on, and when I've put the footage of films on, it's copyright stricken it. It's copyright stricken it. So clearly movement can, or visuals can be copyrighted. Visuals can be copyrighted in some form or way. It's just whether we're willing to, what do you call it, go all out on it.
But bro, like, deep it, yeah. Dancers, what are you majority dancing to? Music. That's what copyright. So unless you're creating your own sort of music, then how are you going to be able to copyright your own choreography, your own set, unless you're willing to go above and beyond and do everything yourself? Because the music you're most likely going to be using belongs to someone else anyway. So what, you're going to overwrite their copyright? Because you can't do that. Do you get me? Unless you're actually copyrighting just the music itself. But if you can, the visual copyright stuff does work, then fair enough. But I feel like it's too much of a hassle, if I'm honest.
Also, real quick as well, because I actually just deep the question. It wasn't can you copy like dance. It was can you, yeah. Anyways, fam, I feel like there's a lot of people in the scene. Like this is literally just generalizing. I'm not even I know one, but as a scene, we're very like, this person took my move. Like this is mine. If we ever had copyright, the amount of fans people will be throwing left and right will be ridiculous. I feel like everyone would just abuse it. So I don't know. In terms of like visuals and stuff, like the only way probably a copyright claim could work effectively is probably if people want to use. I don't even know. I was gonna say people want to use like a snippet of your set in their video, but then that wouldn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. I don't really know if you can copyright dance like that.
That could make
sense. What do you think?
Hello, everybody.
Your internet is moving bad.
So,
Your internet introduced
Your
yourself
internet, your
before you
internet's
did. Bro.
moving.
Oh
our
my
join
god.
button. The internet.
Internet's moving
No,
crazy.
don't do this to me, man. Am I
Bro,
back?
What are you
need
using?
to-
Am I back?
Huh?
He's Mac.
Am I back?
You're there. We can hear you. But what are you using to talk?
Hello?
What are you using to talk?
The iPad.
Mm. I thought you didn't need no devices.
I don't know the devices.
This is absolutely
But-
atrocious. Bro.
I don't know if you guys can see me, but you can hear me. That's what that matters. I think that you can't copyright dance. Here's why, yeah? Here's why. I actually done some research on this, yeah? I did it online. Basically, yeah, I think it's very impossible to copyright a move because everything we do, to some extent, has come from somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually true.
Like, even flipping trolleying, yeah? So what, someone that created running, like,
You're breaking up mad.
I agree now.
You might as well just type it in the chat, and one of us can read it out for you.
He resorted you to chat, to
Oh.
comment.
Let me try and leave and come back. Hold on.
Do you know what though? Yeah,
Let me
I feel
leave
like
and come back.
I feel like if this was a thing that we went through, I feel like eventually we'll run out of ideas, man. Let's be real.
I think it depends on. I think it's like you said. I think it depends on what you're copywriting. Are you copywriting the piece, or are you copywriting the movement? Now, I think pieces you can copyright to an extent. I think pieces can be copyrighted. I think you can turn around and look at a piece and say, "Yo, that's my piece." And if you copy any form of what I've done there, with the same concept and everything else, I can then go for you. But again, what dancer's got the money? Like people think suing someone on copyright is just you just go to someone and say he took it from me. It doesn't work like that. You have to have money. You have to have a solicitor. You can't just get up and just go. You have to go to a place and then what do you call it? Put a junction on them. And those junctions or not a junction or whatever, put a thing on them like I say like you stop them from using it and then take them to court. And that costs money. I've done these things in court. Like that can cost about 80 quid just for that. Just for a subpoena or whatever it's called. Do you know what I mean? To stop them using. Then taking them to court will cost you a certain amount. Like I saw people arguing about it. It's like, yo, okay, you copyright it. Are you good? Are you gonna go court? Are you gonna go court? Listen, was it J-Lo? I think it was J-Lo or maybe Beyonce. Used the whole piece of choreography of Paris's one time. I think nothing happened. No one's gonna do anything. No one's got the money to take on Beyonce or Paris. So Beyonce or J-Lo. I can't remember who it was, but anyone that chuck it in the comments. But like, and they used. I think it was Mitch Better Have My Money. They used that one.
Yeah.
Hello?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if he was mid-sentence.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, J-Lo, was it J-Lo or Beyonce that used Paris's choreography that time and never even like actually, but they used that. It's the same choreo or something.
J-Lo, but Paris choreographed.
It was J-Lo. Huh?
She choreographed.
No, I swear there was one where they didn't use. I think maybe it was Beyonce then. I think there was a thing where Beyonce used the moves and then she cut, yo, Beyonce, holler at me. I think Paris said something like Beyonce, holler at me. I'm sure I remember this. I remember it. I maybe feel like I'm going crazy, but I remember someone used something that was basically of Paris's and everyone was like, rah. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. No, I'm not that performance. It was another performance. And I think she said like, yo, like, oh my God, my biggest idol is using my stuff. Do you know what I mean? Which is another thing. I've always said when I see people use the same movement that maybe it's from IMD, I'm actually flattered.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the complete opposite to most people. Most people are IMD members. I know IMD members to try and get onto people like they created it. I created it. So why are you getting upset? Why are you getting upset?
Please, not today. Please, not today. Yeah.
That's actual days.
No, but it happens all the time. Like, you don't know it happens. Every time I get messages like, yo, they use your choreo, or people like, and I'm like, it's been from males to females.
I know you're going down. You're not going.
No, but it's true.
No, go down the path. Go down the path.
I'm going down the path.
Don't look at him.
I'm just saying, like, and I'm sitting there thinking, why are you getting upset for? Do you know what I mean? Especially a lot of the people that have ever complained in the past have done similar things. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Anyway,
no, but it's true, isn't it? Like Kobe said it
Yeah, yeah.
already.
yeah,
Everyone takes a move from somewhere. There's no one that can say they are original. They're original. The only thing you can say that you can be like, that's what we did, is a piece. And even if you copyright that piece, what are you gonna do anyway? You have no money. You haven't got the finances to deal with it. That's why when Mali said it in the group and he goes, yeah, if Omar, I said, yeah, I'll be pissed. But what am I gonna do? By the time I go through the process, what am I actually gonna do?
Do you know what it is? A
Do you know
lot
what
of
I mean?
these people, yeah, they just want recognition.
Yeah, but what's recognition? Tell me the last time you know someone who got recognition of a piece that actually got anywhere. Tell me the last. You tell me. Don't worry, I'll wait.
This conversation is
Bro,
going
he
down the path I didn't know what to take. But
I'm just saying the truth. Tell me
true,
the
dude.
last time
I
anyone
know.
that got recognition on a set. Okay, like no one. Half the time, no one's looking at the set and going, "Oh yeah, you need to get recognition." The people look for them if they want to. I don't remember when. I'll bring up diversity. I don't remember when diversity did a piece. The people who were looking for diversity saw diversity choreographed by Ashley Banjo. No, they just go, who choreographed that, and then they sort them out. Do you know what I mean? And when I say sort them out, as in look for them, they go looking for who they are. Do you get what I'm saying? If your choreography is that deep, people like when I hear about people like yo, tag me in my dance on TikTok and Insta.
Oh, dance credits.
I don't remember any time that I got tagged in an Insta and I got a job off that. I just don't remember it. I don't remember it. Do you know what I mean? If anything, I've seen my choreography people do it and they got jobs off it. Do you know what I mean? They got opportunities off it. Because no one cares about, everyone just cares about the dancer in those situations. So tagging me for what reason? What am I going to really gain? Do you know what I mean? But I get it because if you was tagged by I don't know, by Kwabna from Ghana and he's only got 2 followers, I don't think you're going to be complaining about him not tagging you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Are you sorry? What's the name?
Not even a. Wow.
That's even
You know what I mean? Or
man said this person has got 2 followers.
So when it comes down to it, I think when people complain about copyright and people are complaining, I don't think people actually care about copyright. I think they just care about the fact that they may be losing out on monetization. That's all they're caring about. If you really care about, if you're serious about the copyright game, you're serious about the copyright game, copyright the videos that you did your choreography in and pull it away somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And treat it like an album. I think I said this to you all bear before. I said, yo, the future is creating content that is like albums, like singles.
Dance
you make
albums.
a whole, you know what I mean? Like a dance album.
I've got one coming soon. Just let everyone know. You heard it here first.
You know what I mean? A dance compilation concept, and do it without using someone else's music, by the way.
Like D-Mac's been saying this since like 2018, bro.
Bro, D-Mac, what did I call you for the other day, bro?
You didn't call me. Wait, what? You didn't call me about that.
No, but it's true though, guys. You know what I mean? Like, look how hip hop has grown. There's 4 elements of hip hop, right? There's 4 elements of hip hop: fashion, aka graffiti, writing, and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so graffiti is actually the thing, but I put it all under graffiti with the fashion, the writing, the look. You know what I mean? Then you've got music, which is basically the DJing. So there's the DJing, which complements with the music. Then there's MCing, which is basically like the poetry, the rhymes, and everything like that. And then there's breakdance, which was the first form of the hip hop. And then obviously it broke away to having more like popping. Then it had locking. Then we have street dance, which is technically all dances. That's the reason why we are afforded. That's the reason. No, but that's the reason why we are allowed to do what we want to do in street, because technically the form street dance was from street performers. Do you know what I mean? Where they were doing their own dance styles, like party dances, as well as tap, as well as miming, as well as anything. That's why when you say you're a street dancer, I think people have to understand. That's my opinion anyway, because I don't want no street. You know what I mean? I don't want the vultures coming for me quickly. You know how they get quick.
You hard after this.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you know them Instagram stories and that is mad.
The DMs are gonna be full up.
Street performers, street dancers. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's how I looked at it. So it's hard to say. That's why I think the urban style of dance or street was always been put in that whole kind of category. But anyway, out of the 4 elements, which I was trying to get at, I'm gone.
I think that's why we also have the problem of us street dancers with the clout dancers now, because they're trying to claim street dancers. But it's like a hip hop head looking at us trying to claim, oh, yeah, but you're not a hip hop head. So we're cool. We're street dancers. But now people are trying to get in the street dance category. We're like, nah, you can't be street dancers. And they go, oh, I'm a clout dancer then. I think that's the problem. There's too
That's
many
actually
umbrellas.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but either way, my biggest point
This is
I'm
why
trying
I
to
say
get to
I'm
is
an
you see all
artist,
four.
regardless.
You see all four of those people. Out of the four, 3 are making bread.
Oh my days.
3 out of the 4, 3 are making bread.
Lord of mercy.
Out of the
Fashion's
4,
the biggest.
3 can copyright. Out of the
Fashion
4,
copyright. Oh yeah, they can.
yeah, you can copyright
You see
fashion.
Kanye
Yeah.
West didn't he get sued?
Exactly, it's trainers. You can't re-replicate that. Do you know what I mean? Without getting in trouble. Look what happened to freaking Little Nas. Do you know what I mean? You get in trouble for that ish. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do agree that we have to copyright dance, but then I think we got to treat ourselves more seriously. It always comes back
Yeah.
around to this every few weeks. When we
Always,
talk
all
about
the
this.
time.
If we don't take ourselves seriously, how can we complain about copyright, man?
That should be
We
the
have no
moral of every
union, no
podcast.
nothing. Do you know what I mean? We ain't got nothing in place. I don't know.
I got a question, bro. Do you think that this stuff is out there? We just don't know about it.
And I said it to the boys already. I already said I always said to the boys, there's algorithms for it. If you play a movie, it gets copyrighted.
No, in terms
So
of
I
like the union and stuff that you were saying, like
there's little
do you think-
union ones. There's little unions for pays and stuff like that you can sign yourself
but
up
not
to.
anything for like this is my
There's
work.
nothing. There's not a. It's not necessarily a union. There's not a label. So there are fashion labels. You've heard of that, right, guys? Fashion labels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a writing union, right? A writing place for like what they call publishers. Then you've got record labels. Have you ever heard of a dance label?
Let's do it, man. Let's be the first.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like our generation, or like, yeah, most of us like underneath
Let's
are
do
going to
it.
be
You know
like
what?
the
Let's do it.
innovators.
Because once you
Let's
have a
do it.
dance label, then you can chat about copyright.
Exactly, fam.
Do you know what I mean?
We just need to establish ourselves. Like we've been saying, it's been like a year now.
To do it.
We've
I don't know
just
what you
been
want to call it.
saying.
Let's call it Rockefeller dance. I don't know. Like, it's a dance
So when
label.
Rockefeller come and sue us for even trying to
That's what I'm saying. We'll get copyright for using the name.
but Rockefeller took it from Rothschild. So anyway, but the point is that we create something. Yeah, I know, going into Illuminati and ish. But anyway, we create something like a dance label, and then I sign you. Let's say I sign Manzino, and then bam, and you start doing dances. And you're doing your own thing, and then bam, you do your TikTok videos, and then we say, I want you to do a dance album, but a concept album. So you got to do, so basically it's 9 concepts. So then by treating myself like seriously like a dance label and treating you label like an artist dance when you're doing your thing, you have an album, then people will look for that, sort that out, and that's getting millions of hits. You get treated like for your dance. Do you get what I'm saying? And then people are like, so when Manzino goes, I'm doing my second album, my second dance concept video album, everyone's gonna be, oh my god, I can't wait. The first album,
exactly.
then the second one, he fell off. Do you know what I mean? But it's like you're being treated like an artist, and then you get hired like those artists do, like what Diversity is doing right now. Do you know what I mean? And you get to do concerts, because that's where the money's coming from. Every musician, everyone tells you that where the money comes from is the touring. Even your which were inspirational speakers. It's not from their videos they put out on inspirations. It's not from their books. It's from their tours. They tour and they make money. That's where you make your money. Do you know what I mean? And dancers, you know what it is? It's because there's too many of us. So we don't know how to do it, because we know that we've got to feed 20 people. Well, maybe not. Maybe let's just go for 5 people and then make yourself good enough with 5 people. Do you know what I mean? To perform. Do you know what I mean? Or if it is 10 people, make that a dope show. Because, in fact, I want to say numbers, because Cirque du Soleil does it. They're a dance / like contortionist and all that stuff circus company, and they've got they've got like hundreds of people in one show, and they're making millions. So I apologize. What am I saying? Yeah, if we can do 20 dances we want. Do you know what I mean? And they could be artists and whatever, but I just think that's the way forward. Dance late. Then you can start. So then someone uses the piece that Manzino did, or Cobes did, or D-Mac you did. And then you could be like, copyright. You could actually literally like legitly go, yo, copyright. Yeah. People will be scared to use your movement because of that. But I just think you could go on.
Before we use that movement, what about if it came from somewhere else?
But that's why I said you can't copyright dances. You can't copyright movement.
Okay.
I know people are gonna. I'm gonna definitely get key because I've been seeing everyone say, "Yeah, you should be a good copy choreography." I can't copy my 68 class. I can't really copy that. I know deep down, I saw a piece of video from Keone and Marie Madrid, or I saw something from Kinjaz, and it inspired me in my movement. Do you know what I mean? Should I now pay them? Do you know what I mean? Should I pay them? Because that's what technically you do in music. That's technically sampling.
I was gonna make that. What's it? Comparison. Yeah.
It's
just
so now I got to pay them.
Yeah.
Am I going to go that deep? Nah, I think you can only copyright songs in the terms. In this case, you can only copyright pieces. It's fully finished.
Yeah.
But then, how long is a piece? Because if I give you a minute piece, and you take the minute, or even if it's 30 seconds, 10 seconds.
I hear what you're saying.
With sampling, like I swear there's a certain amount now that you can like get away with.
It's 70. Yeah, it's if they can catch any few seconds, but
yeah,
normally sometimes to get legit say that you're an original piece, it's up to 75%. But then here's the best bit about real music. No one realizes. Some people will go and try and get a sample cleared, and then the samplers will go, all right, I want 90% of all of it. And you know why they say, yeah, it's okay? Because they're like, yeah, you can take the whole 90%. Because really and truly, on my copyright on YouTube, all I'm making every month from that is £1, if not less. Because I'm going to tour with that, and that's where my money's going to come.
That's when the money's going to come.
T-Pain said that. T-Pain was saying it. He was like, yeah, when we were sampling tracks, yeah, we let him have it. That's why Kanye does it all the time. He's like, yeah, take 100%. But when I tour, I'm making my money. I'm making my money from the tours. I don't need your
on that tour as well.
That's what he was saying. That's what Pharrell was saying. And I was like, how did we not know this? All this time I was like, we got to make original music. Sometimes if you need to sample a track, make a new beat on it, do the legit stuff and tell, yo, we've made a sample of this track. They say to you, nah, we want 100% royalties. Take 100% because I'm touring with it. So I'm making my money. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you want 100% royalties every time it's played? Yeah, have 100%. All you're making is 10p a play. Do you know what I mean? If you're lucky. Do you get what I'm saying? Or
is that just on YouTube or is that all streaming services and stuff?
All streaming services.
Okay.
The highest earned person on streaming services of all kinds is Drake, and he doesn't even make. You think he makes like £300,000 overall? Yeah,
Drake.
So you get. Bro, the most I in 10 years of my music that I did on like My Soul's in Pain, I think the maximum I've made is £800. That's the maximum I've made. That's 10 years.
He's gassed.
That's 10 years. I'm not even gassed. That's
over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
£8 a year.
Okay.
10 years. I've made a maximum of 800 quid off it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I've made more from my YouTube on the remix I did with Beyonce and sharing the rights of that than my own actual music.
Right.
From the Beyonce track overall so far,
how much
I've made about
are you allowed to say
1,500.
How much
they took 50%.
50?
Yeah.
What, her management?
Yeah, they just says to you, you can still keep the music and they're sharing the rights. That's what they said to me. Sharing the rights.
This
people convo on this thing, man.
Fam, we need to try and get it sorted, but this is gonna be a lot.
Brother, let's just do it ourselves, man. I feel like I was like this a year ago. We was always talking about our problems. I said, yep, cool. Let's solve the problems. Let's create it.
Yeah, remember we even spoke about
a record label. Let's do it all, man.
To this day, I'll never forget even one episode we spoke about this whole. Remember, we were talking about Disney Plus and Netflix. I remember that episode was time ago. And we said, oh yeah, let's make a documentary. We all got happy and nothing happened. I still remember, but we
I got a question though. Do you not think that agencies are kind of like a label in the sense that they have artists signed to them?
So this is where the dance label would actually speak. So say Manzino, Kobe's your agent. I wouldn't speak to Manzino. I'd speak to Kobe, and then that percentage of payment that I'd give him or advance to go make his videos, because I'd be believed I'm making that back. So I'd be like, okay, cool. I've signed you, Manzino. I'm going to give you 10 grand. A 10 grand year contract, and then Kobe, you would talk about that,
And I take
you
my
talk
percent
about
in
that.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and you'd probably say, well, nah, we're doing 12 grand. I'll be like, why? So I'm getting my percentage. Or you may bake it in. You may bake it in, and then you may turn around and say, you know what? Yeah, it's 10 grand, but I'm giving Manzino 8 grand, and I'm taking 2 grand agent fee. Do you know what I mean? It's that's how football works. That's how music works. That's how all the other worlds work. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Because
saying
we have
so.
things like NDAs and stuff, but that's where the choreo
You know what
side
it
of
is?
it comes in.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I think everyone's scared. I'm scared. If I had 10 grand, if I had spare money, I think I would be more low on that money. I think if I had a dance label, and I started signing everyone, I'd sign people on like more affordable prices. So I may turn around and say, I'll sign you on a 1 grand deal for a year or 6 months. And I'll give you a grand. You got to and push out a mixtape dance concept album. You basically 3 pieces. You would take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would.
How would they?
I'll sign for $1 million and not read the contract. That's Megan Thee Stallion.
But how? But you see, with that, yeah. Say if you was the artist, how would you then monetize your work? How would it get monetized to make the
I don't
money?
think you would as the artist. I feel like people from the record label would do that.
No, but I'm saying like where would I'm saying from let's say you made your dance mixtape. How is that gonna generate money?
Oh, so then that's when we would go to YouTube. We'd use
Yeah,
YouTube. We'd sell the or we could
use a
sell
network, which is launching very soon.
But yeah, sick.
No, it's true though. Yeah.
But you know what is you could sell it. You could do what? So you know what Tiger started doing? Tiger started doing this thing. I noticed only he was doing it, and Buster did it. But they started saying, "Oh, I don't give a ish." They just put it on YouTube. They put their full album on YouTube, and it wasn't someone leaked it.
A lot of artists do that, you know,
because they're thinking, does it matter anymore? That's what they're thinking. So the original reason why no one used to do that was because before iTunes had iTunes Music, at least with iTunes, you could still people bought albums. Do you know what I mean? When iTunes Music was created, it was over. That was like they say, death of the autotune. It was death of buying albums, death of buying hard copies and all that stuff. It was literally that was the end, because now I don't need that. Even me, I stopped buying albums. I don't need to buy albums anymore. I can stream it. And if I desperately want a track, I'm just be open and honest on here. I can rip it off YouTube if it's that deep for me. Do you get what I'm saying? The only time you will see me go to and buy a track on iTunes, and nowadays it's so hard to buy tracks on iTunes. You have to go through loops. You got to find iStore. Like I didn't even know that still existed. And the only reason I would do that is because I'm DJing and I really want the best quality, and the one on YouTube is not really good quality. That's the only time. Do you know what I mean? But
even now, like you said, like people are releasing their stuff on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, because even YouTube's
like
got
a
good quality.
service, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's how, like, to answer Manzino, how we would do it. That's how we'd monetize there, because our main thing would be your touring. It would be you guest appearing, doing speeches. That's where the money would be being made. Do you get what I'm saying? For you as an artist, do you get what I'm saying? And we just like a company, like a music label, but in this case a dance label, we'd be recouping through we'd be sorting out your touring, paying for everything. So we may say, yes, we give you 1 grand, like, you know, when they give the musician an advance, and then so maybe we say, no, it's a 5 grand deal for a year, and then the other 4 grand we're using to well, let's say we would give you another 2 grand for space. We would facilitate everything for you. So you make that concept. You do nothing else, but you work on that. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do it.
But you need finances, and all these companies get loans. That's how they do it. They get loans first. So you got to be confident that the person you're bringing in, you can monetize.
Do you think we have a wide enough audience than just the dance scene?
He hit the nail on the head, and this is what Glenn said to me. So I came up with this, and Glenn said to me, Omar, if we do all this stuff, because I actually said this already to Glenn, and Glenn said, if we do all this stuff, do you think? And it's true. Everyone is doing streaming on Twitch. Yet again, dancers aren't. We're still the last ones there. I told you. Remember, I said that there's 4 pillars. Yeah, I said there's 4 pillars. 3 are doing all that stuff.
I just clocked it.
And one
has 2 caught in their feelings about the originality and how
That's
things
the
should
thing.
be.
This always happens. This always
You know what I
happens.
The other three, yeah, people were caught in their feelings, but there were some people who said, "Screw you, Diddy."
And they ran
There's
with
other people like Banks. Yeah, I don't care what you say. Renegade DJs. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, yeah, I don't care. Shut up. But the dancers, even break dancers, kind of said, "Yeah, we're not part of these street dancers, poppers. Like, let them fight.
It's true.
Leave them to fight. We're gonna go to the Olympics and make millions. We're gonna have Red Bull and all that stuff. Yeah, Red Bull's
Yeah,
gonna.
fam.
We're selling ourselves to Red Bull. Yeah, fudge it. Cool. They're doing an All Stars Red Bull team like it's basketball. Yeah, fudge it. We're making money. Now these people are eating, and street dancers are still doing second jobs.
We're still waiting for Street Dance.
We get money off music video shoots every now and again.
Every now and
movie
then.
features.
Do you know what I
music
mean? Every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like
shows that
I was-
last you like a year.
Brit
What
Awards.
are you gonna say about the audience?
Yeah, okay. So he
And then,
said to me, he
sorry.
goes, he basically
go on.
said there's not a gun. He basically, yeah, Glenn said there's not a big enough audience because we were talking about the Netflix for dance. He said there's not a big enough
Whoa.
an audience, and all the audience that we are trying to target are in their feelings about
But
dance.
then how to expand your audience is, for me, what we spoke about 2 weeks ago, is expanding it on social media and trying to see how you can.
But that's why
adapt the
TikTok is
algorithm.
winning because
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
is
exactly.
going to people that isn't us. Elijah says, I think some artists are streaming on Twitch like Soldier Boy, which we all talked about. And I think, like, again, going back to that whole thing, I think dancers need to go and use that platform as much as, because that's where you make money as well. We can do dance. I know, and Dan, I did that, but you can do dance shows on there and just charge people like £2 to come and watch it. I paid $4.99 to watch a video that I already did. Do you know what I mean? The education video. I just wanted to support him, but so I thought, yeah, I'll support him. You know, when he did this show, I think it's $4.99 or $3.99, something like that. But that's what we should be doing now. We should be on that level. We should be on that. You know what I mean? On that stage.
That wave of thinking. Let's be real.
Like, I can't lie, yeah. The hella dancers are tight, fam. Like, I understand if you ain't got it, you ain't in it. But if you do, fam, like, support in it. But hella man are tight in this scene.
Yeah,
bro.
Tight is not.
Fellas,
You know why,
it's
though?
ridiculous. Oh my
I
god.
clocked it today, yeah. Like, I think the reason why a lot of people are tight is because everyone's like, I feel like everyone's even had a situation that's made them tight. Yeah, like where they try to be like open arms and then it's just hit them in the face and say, like, "No, I'll never do that again." And I know at least all four of us on the screen have been that at least once.
I haven't.
No, you know why? You know, Cobes, you know why I disagree? I just think people just don't like giving their money away. I mean, they'll give their money away for everything, but by priorities. But they will always give their money. No, they won't, bro. I think you're comparing yourself to us. Some of us lot will go and support because we are entrepreneurs. We get inspired by anything. We get inspired by watching shit. Do you understand? Well, we will see someone do something shit, but we'll be inspired to be, you know what? That's how I wouldn't do it. So you're comparing to us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh my days. Bro.
Bro, it's important. Now, listen, you have to. Everything is good. Everything. Everything's important. You need to see something. Sometimes it's better to see someone has to fall for you, so you know not to fall like that. It's the best way forward. Do you know what I mean? There's no I get it when people say it's good to your failure is your best teacher, and I always say your failure is your best teacher. But sometimes it's better to see someone else fail. So don't put my foot there. You know, you know when you get that. Have you seen that little white baby that runs and it runs into the kitchen? It goes, it runs back. You know, have you seen that meme where the baby just runs and it turns around and it goes, and it looks back? Yeah, see that's my mentality. My mentality is run in the kitchen. Oh shit, it didn't work. I ain't doing that shit like that.
I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I oh my days, I hear that, but I think that's probably what everyone else is thinking, isn't it? Probably hence the reason why not everyone just takes the first plunge for it. Because I think that's how it's gonna be. Do you know what I mean?
I disagree with that. It's not that I think everyone's thinking that. I don't. Everyone, you're right. Actually, everyone is thinking that. So that means you should now jump this way. But what people do, they see that mistake, so they don't jump.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I see that mistake, so I say, all right, don't jump that way. I'm gonna jump this direction to get to that way. a better way. Sorry, do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. That's my opinion. We got 5
I
minutes
feel like
left, but
I had
yeah.
a conversation with someone, I think last week, and I was saying like, what would you guys? It kind of links into what I'm about to say. It's like when we're in like the community, yeah. Like when I say community, like dance community, or like in the ends, for example. If you make it to the top, yeah, like by doing X, Y, and Z, and everyone in the community is getting onto you or whatnot, and you make it to the top, are you going to try and make sure that everyone in that community gets to the top there as well? Like imagine you hit the millions, yeah, and you
Let's
try
be
to
real.
stick your neck out for people that was in the community, and now you drop down to the community. You're on crack cocaine. You
Let's
think I
be real.
risk
Let's
you
be
back?
real. Let's be real. No one's doing that. Innit? I feel like the most you'll
I'm
go
saying
for
that's
is
why no one's gonna
people
come
in your
support
circle.
people.
The people in your circle. That's the most you'll go for. But
But
other than-
then, sorry to cut you, bro. I was just gonna say that that's okay. That's actually okay. We don't need to even stick our nets out for everyone. But if we stick our nets out for the people around us, then obviously some people in our circle probably reach out and vice. I think that's just how it works. You can't actually do it for everyone. That's just
Yeah,
not how it
everyone has a
works.
link to someone else anyway, even
Yeah.
within circles. Circles never stop.
So yeah, I feel like people just follow a blueprint.
I will help. I will help anyone that's within my circle or is connected like an Olympic ring with my circles. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I won't lie and start saying I'm gonna go out my way to help Tom that I've never met.
Yeah, no,
to bring him up because Tom was never gonna look for me anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? But if I do need a Tom or a Michael or a Janet or whatever because of their expertise, then yeah, I'll pull them in because I need them. Their skill is a skill set, is a need that I would require. So yeah, so then my mindset, so then my mindset would be, yeah, I need you. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you know what's bare man as well, yeah. I feel like people like us, like if in the future when we do start like what we're talking about here, there's gonna be certain people in the dancing that will try and trash the idea as usual. So like I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like Diversity and Flawless, they're actually smart, but I feel like along the way they received some like mad like comments, backlash. People have turned their backs. I don't know too much in it, but that's just my assumption. So I feel like we're gonna do this now, yeah. People are gonna trash it, and then when we get to the top, they're gonna want us to bring them to the top. But wasn't you trashing
the same
it?
people that would be asking to put their video on our website.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's how narrow-minded the scene is, bro. Like,
you know what's dope with like something like Diversity and Flawless? They have pieces that no matter what you say, you could never copy because it's like they've copyrighted it as that's what we did. You couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I think to finish it off, I said this is my opinion to anyone. You can't copyright choreography. 100%. But you can copyright. Okay, this is what I mean. Where I say there's a niche area of what I mean by choreography. If you just did a routine in 68 and you filmed it on your phone, cool. If you did a whole piece where it was like, I always feel like I'm sending shots.
Always, bro.
Say studio, bro.
Any studio
bass or
the hub on your phone. Yeah, you know what? Don't expect anyone to be like treating that with respect. You're gonna take that to court. All right, cool. Do you know what I mean? But if you filmed it on a proper, you know when they do that, they film the class type style thing. That one I can say you can copyright because that's like a piece. That was like a one-hit single. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
a Isabel one-hit single.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can copy it. It's like Isabel's choreo, but she does it as a proper video. All right, that one you can go, yeah. But like, look at other pieces where she hasn't necessarily done it. It was just done on the phone, and everyone started just copying and doing it everywhere. And the best she was getting is a little tag. And that's only because we saw some people do it. You can't do shit about that. Can't do nothing about that. That you weren't serious about that choreography, so you can't all of a sudden get upset if you see it being used somewhere. Do you know what I mean? But when you treat, that's what I mean, back to the point to finish it off with that. If you treat it like a concept video or a piece of your class, it's filmed properly, it's like a whole package.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then yeah, you know what? You could copyright that.
I agree.
So I got a question. I don't know. Sorry, one last question. I know it just hit 50, but you see, Where Blues Grooves, yeah? Like Pauls and Mandem March and SD Buck and them thing there, yeah?
I know where you're going with this because not Manzi, what's his name? Mali came up with this thing. And I said, yeah, that's to us in UK. But if
That's
you're
what I'm
the way
saying.
in
So
China,
worldwide, do you think
you're in
would do?
Japan, yeah, you can't. I'm sorry. The reason you don't see me talk about certain things I've seen as in IMD done somewhere, because some place I've seen people in Germany do things that are similar to us.
Yeah.
I can't be 100% sure that you copied me. I don't know if you ever saw us. And maybe just that you was in another country and you had that idea and it came, or you did copy me. What am I going to do? Well, now there's another problem. We're in different jurisdictions. You get what I'm saying? We're in
true.
different countries. The law is different. So
yeah,
what am I gonna do? I'm not going to sue you from there. All I
But
can
the
do is block
problem
you.
now is, yeah, if
So all I can do is
this
prick and just keep on
Japan
blocking it
company,
and
yeah,
reporting it.
just block them. If this Japan company, yeah, came to a cop like Haiti Chai, and we came to a cop like Haiti Chai, and we had the same set, now what's
How would
the
you bring this up
problem?
as we're trying to finish?
Alive.
Sorry, I should have dropped this earlier, but I saved it. What happens then? Because now what? What's Haiti Chai gonna do? They can't just say, "Oh,
Nothing.
next round."
Nothing. No one can do nothing. No one can do nothing. If I decide to turn up with Cannon Boom set, you ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah,
I
no,
want to do it
it's,
to see what happens. But on that
But-
note, guys, thank you very much for
fam,
tuning in.
I'll kill you, fam. Are you mad?
The
As soon as
best
you get off
man
the
wins,
stage,
innit? The best set wins, no cap.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. No, but I
No, that's very
literally.
true, though.
But this is like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? All you can do is fight. Let's fight. That's all you can do. Is fight me.
no, don't
I'm going on
break,
that stage with
they'll
your
break
set.
you in half.
Fight me. Do you know what I mean? What
Break-
am I gonna do?
I'm
They'll
going to
snap
say
your
that,
knee,
fair.
fam.
That's what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying. Like, all you gonna do is fight me. And unless you're a millionaire, you ain't got no money to sue me. You ain't got the efficient funds to
Yeah,
sue me.
actually, yeah.
Do you get
It's
what I'm
so
saying?
it's so techie. Yeah, it's mad.
Anyway,
Right.
how you doing, Julius? I
How are
think
you?
Julius is from America.
Jeez.
How you doing?
Some European country.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys, if you're just tuning in. We're finished, but we are going to be on Spotify. Check it out on Spotify. The episode. I'm uploading all the episodes of the last 4 weeks up there in full. You probably noticed the episodes are getting shorter. The reason why I kind of want to go for more short burst episodes, as opposed to the thingy. So you're left with more food to. Is it food for thought? Yeah, so
Food
you're
for
left to
thought.
think. Normally, sometimes I feel like some episodes we get to a place of completion. I don't like. Sometimes I want to get to a place where we don't feel completed, like this episode, where everyone just goes, I don't know.
It feels like it needs a
I
I
part
know,
two.
I know what you mean. It makes them want to think.
Yeah, you
I
think
feel like I
about. I
need
want
a
people to
part two of
think
this
for themselves.
episode.
I want to say more.
But we need more of us.
Too many umbrellas.
Yeah. All right. On that note, guys, everyone have a good day. Check us out again on Spotify. We're on all platforms: Google, YouTube. What's it called? Apple Podcasts. You're still trying. I know. Keep going. And do your thing. Don't kill me. On that note, guys. See ya.
Copyright that.
Copyright this outro and the intro.
I lie. Let's copyright Dance Civilian Opinion.